Welcome to Investors Guru Trader video for Tuesday, October the 26th, 2010. Here's the 7 market movers that we're following today, 3 new symbols, 4 follow-ups. On the TSX Venture, following up on CMS Creston Moly Corp 39 up 2. Also following up on HAT Hathor Exploration Limited 250 up 18. And new symbol SRD Strait Gold Corporation 19 up 4.5. And on the TSX, following up on UUU Uranium One Inc 405 up 2 today. New symbol on the TSX, TXG Torex Gold Resources Inc 155 up 12. And on the New York Stock Exchange, following up on Ford Motor Company 1440 up 25 cents. And lastly, also on the New York Stock Exchange, first time mentioning RCL Royal Caribbean Cruises Limited 4084 up 569. Let's take a closer look at these stocks. Okay, Creston Moly Corp again. CMS on the Venture Exchange, 39 up 2, 5% move today. Almost 4 million shares traded. $91 million company, 234 million shares outstanding. Mentioning it because it broke its 52-week high, which was 37 cents, which it did yesterday. There's the 1-year chart. So it's going into uncharted territory for this year. Now this one sold off late in the spring, as a lot of these juniors did, and sort of flatlined over the summer. So it's breaking out on volume. That's what we want to see. Traded as high as 40.5 cents. That's a Moly play, and they reported news today. Creston Moly reports major increase in resources and reduced stripping ratio at El Creston Moly Denham deposit. They also have some results here that they reported on the 18th. Creston Moly intersects 33.55 meters of 0.243% Moly Denham. I believe they also have some uranium. There's other results in there. You may want to check that out. On momentum with the volume breaking new highs. That's why we're following it. Little tepid because of this little spike here. I'd like to see it pull back here and then hopefully make another leg. But anyway, we're going to continue to follow it. It's our third post since 34 cents on March 26. Hadn't done anything up until recently. We mentioned it in our last video, also at 34 cents, but looks like we were right. It is starting to break new highs here again, so we'll keep following it. And they're focused, I believe their properties are in Sonora State, Mexico. So we'll keep following that one. And similarly, Hathor Exploration Limited, HAT 250 up 18, 7% move, 1.63 million. Now this is a $269 million company, 107 million shares outstanding. The previous 52-week high was 247, which it did on the 21st. Now this one, the low was $1.35, which did May 21st of this year, and made this sort of double bottom here. And we mentioned them. We like the uranium stocks. They've been out of favor for a while, and we mentioned Hathor. This is our third post since June the 9th. We mentioned them at $1.63. So following up on that, and trade as high as 254 today. Now we mentioned in our last video that these results, Hathor's Rough Rider East delivers best hold to date, 63.5 meters of 7.75% U308, including other intervals. You may want to look into that, and you may want to read this one. Thursday, September 30th, Hathor Exploration Limited fall drill program underway at Russell Lake. It talks about Russell Lake. They're in the eastern corridor of the Athabasca Basin. This corridor accounts for 100% of current uranium production in Canada and more than 20% of global primary uranium supply. So they're in, elephant country, you could say. They talk about the property, their proximity to other properties, including, let's see, the northern end is 12 kilometers southeast of the MacArthur River mine. The south end is 15 kilometers northeast of the Key Lake Mine Mill Complex. Denison Mine's recent discovery at Wheeler River. The Phoenix deposit is near the west central boundary of the Russell Lake property. So, they talk about what's around them, and somewhere in there, let me see here, 3,000 meters of diamond drilling. So there's lots of activity, and I think they talk about other targets that they're looking at to drill throughout the winter. So, lots of activity there, lots of news, hopefully, and looking at the long-term trend, you'll see the stock was as high as, I think, $4 at one time. Yeah, there's $4. So anyway, moving on here. SRD, this is a new one, Strait Gold Corporation, 19 up 4.5 cents, 31% move, just under 1 million shares traded. Now this one normally I wouldn't pick up on, but I started reading it. Looked interesting. Traded as high as 25 today. The previous 52-week was 14.5, which it did yesterday. So you'll see this one was, basically 10 cents for most of the year. Sat at around a nickel over the summer, and now they're moving it. Now this news release caught our eye. Strait Gold starts drilling at Alicia Copper Gold Project. So, find out what they're doing. It says they plan to complete 1,000 to 1,200 meters of drilling as a second phase of an exploration program that began in June. So they talk about, results that they've come up to date. But anyway, it looks like a, cheap stock with only 35 million shares outstanding, so it's thin, and market cap's under 7 million. So, if they can come up with some results, maybe this one could move, as opposed to, some of these stocks that have 200 or 300 million shares. That takes a huge amount of volume to move them. This one can move 5 cents on under 1 million shares traded. So keep that in mind. Now this company, I think, has only been around since 2007, traded as high as 60 cents, but it hasn't really done much since then. So we'll keep an eye on that one to see if there's any follow through. Just started watching it. And actually that Alicia Copper Gold project, I should mention, is, I think that's in Peru. Option to earn 100% interest in the Alicia Copper Gold property in wherever approximately 500 kilometers southeast of Lima. And they talk about other properties. I think they're all in Peru. So just watching that one. And on the Toronto Stock Exchange, UUU Uranium One, 405, up another 2 cents, almost 5 million shares traded. So good volume again. Broke its 52-week high again. Yesterday was the high at 405. The low was $1.97 on May 21st. This is the, let's see, our fifth post since $3.37 on November 14th of 09, and we mentioned them a couple times last spring in the high twos when they sold off, and kind of made this double bottom again, similar to a lot of charts, and now making new year highs. Now keep in mind, this is a $2.4 billion company with 589 million shares out, so it takes a lot of volume to move it. But if you want a more senior producer with some actual financials and to chew on, look into our analyst tabs and our earnings tabs to see what others are saying about the stock. This one seems to be trending and continues to look good here in the context of the market. Moving on the TSX, this is a new one. Torex Gold Resources, 155 up 12, up 8%, 8.4 million shares traded. That caught our eye. $500 million company with 344 million shares outstanding. The 52-week high was $1.98, which did on May the 7th. Sold down to around $1. The low was 90 cents on July the 20th, and has been moving here. Now this shows the company's only been around since May. I don't know if that's true. That may just be a blip in the chart here, but there's the 3-month chart. You'll see how it has been trending. So we'll see if it runs up. Maybe it wants to take a run at that 198 again. I don't know. They reported third quarter results, and let me just quickly look at where they're focused on. Well-funded, growth-oriented, engaged in the exploration and development of precious metal resource with a focus on gold, owns 100% of the Morelos Gold Project, advanced stage gold exploration property located 180 kilometers southwest of Mexico City. So that's where they're focused. And again, the 1-year chart only shows this company's been around since May, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. But anyway, that one just popped up, so we'll keep an eye on that. First time mentioning that one. And on the New York Stock Exchange, Ford Motor Company, not a junior, obviously, it's a $50 billion company, 1440 up a quarter, almost 200 million shares traded. Hasn't broken its 52-week high yet, but looks like it wants to here. So maybe there's another leg coming up for Ford. Now they're up on their financials. Actually, good financials that they reported. The earnings were up. I don't recall rate yet, but I think it was one of their best quarters ever. But anyway, Ford's in the trend now. A couple years ago, 2009, when the market was beaten up, Ford traded as low as $1. This is when General Motors, was getting close to declare bankruptcy, and anyway, Ford survived and has recovered nicely. Now, Ford, we didn't start mentioning them on our tweets until, let's see here, this is our third post since 12/31 on March the 1st, but you'll see if you go to our top 30 stocks, top 30 small caps, in March of 2009 we added Ford, even though it was a large cap, it was just beaten up so much. We added Ford at $2.79 on March the 30th. So we're up 416% so far. And the next one, the last stock I'm going to mention, RCL Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, we added them on the same date at 777, and you'll see that Royal Caribbean today is up 569 at 40.84, and that's another 52-week high, which it hasn't done since April 26th, sold off over the summer and has broken that. So maybe there's another leg in there, I don't know. They're up on financials as well. They reported today a 55% increase in their third quarter earnings, and they increased their 2010 outlook, and they commented on 2011. So definitely a large cap, but wanted to throw in some larger cap names that are trending that we've added to our top 30 small caps list at one time. Anyway, that's about it for today. Do your homework, trade safely, and we'll talk with you soon. Guru Trader videos and tweets are daily snapshots of 5 to 7 very active small and microcap stocks from all North American stock exchanges. We simply track stocks that are trading up significantly on news or making new highs on very high volume without any further consideration of company fundamentals. The point is to save time by focusing on only those stocks that are moving right now. Guru Trader symbols come from filtering market movers and from subjective observations. Our software cross-references today's volume actives, percent gainers, and dollar gainers, which are filtered down to just lower price stocks. We then look at each stock's charts for apparent uptrends and news headlines for obvious one-day only events to exclude, like a buyout, or for longer-term growth-related news like financials, drill results, patent approvals, etc. to include. This is similar to how many traders look for new stocks as a starting point for further research with their financial and investment advisors. This is not an advisory service, and conflicts may exist as we sometimes take positions, or featured stocks may have bought online advertising or IR support services. Any content published by Investors Guru Small Cap Stock Observer is subject to the terms of our privacy policy and disclaimer at investorsguru.com. For our other small cap stock channels, follow Twitter's Guru Trader tweet in real time on your PC or mobile device at twitter.com/investorsguru. Subscribe to watch YouTube's Investors Guru video channel at youtube.com/investorsguru. Search Investors Guru at facebook.com and add us as a friend to see our videos, tweets, etc. that are all synced to post on our wall. It's free to sign up at investorsguru.com stock community for comprehensive quotes, newsletters, profiles, forums, etc., or to update your portfolio, watch list, alerts, and news by email preferences. Thanks for watching.